How are you feeling ahead of going away for another tournament, but I suppose one quite different to in the past?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unique, isn't it? Obviously, the times that we've all had recently, and it's pretty exciting that they've been able to get the competition to go ahead and everybody involved. Although some very tight parameters around it, obviously. So hopefully it all runs smoothly, and I know certainly the Kiwi guys that have not played for some time now are pretty excited to get back into it. But then I suppose there's always that little bit of apprehension. To a certain degree, it's an unknown, isn't it, in terms of travelling abroad at the moment, and hoping that all things will be safe and healthy. So but look, like I say, I think they've made big strides to make sure that the tournament goes ahead safely.
Well, we've seen with the CPL as well, when so much stuff can't happen in the world, sometimes it is quite cool to have some sport and we've been able to watch our other Kiwis back home. So is there an element of that as well, that you guys you can actually get out in the park and try and create something positive?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as we've seen, the IPL is one of the biggest cricket competitions in the world, and followed fondly all around the world. So hopefully that brings a smile to a few people's faces when we play, and it's great that the full competition looks like it'll go ahead as well. So plenty of cricket coming up.
And your prep, you've obviously been having camps down in the mount on the grass there, and Steady said he even had threw a few balls to you earlier this week in the indoors.
I mean, we've done our best to try and have a bit of a pre-season. It's also been nice, from the guys' point of view, after having such a hectic schedule, which it kind of always is, but trying to use this time to have a little bit of a breather, but at the same time building up and then getting into the nets at the mount, which have been really good, and training with some of the guys, meeting back up, which is it's been great. You spend so much time together, and you have a week apart, you sort of miss each other, but you have sort of 4 months apart, it sort of feels quite odd.
And all the boys look like they come back in pretty good condition as well. I suppose just having that window where they can actually train without having to continually play.
Yeah, and that's it. I think guys are always managing their bodies when they're playing, and so there was also that opportunity for a conditioning window and try and get on top of a few little bits and pieces before the season starts sort of gearing up.
Just quickly on the season, Whitey spoke about yesterday, hopefully getting 3 or 4 teams in here, so hopefully a big home summer and give Kiwis something to cheer about.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully, hopefully all things planned go ahead, and there's a big or a lot of content. The guys will be excited to try and get back to some sort of normality, which is playing cricket. And when it's summertime here, it is great to have cricket on, and hopefully levels relax and you can have crowds again, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. And like I say, from our point of view, it's exciting at the prospect of having a summer full of cricket, but I think equally exciting for the supporters out there as well.
Cool. And just lastly, you mentioned the home summer, but also there's a lot on the horizon, isn't there? World Test Championship, World T20s, World Cups, and Steady's just been reappointed through to the 2023. So I suppose when it is hard to look a lot longer, but when you do look at that and working with Steady going forward, an exciting time.
Yeah, I mean, every year is except I suppose the most recent one, but it was planned to be very busy and have a lot on, and World Cups every sort of year, or and no doubt that'll all be postponed and still will happen in due time. So a lot of cricket coming up, and really exciting opportunity for Steady being back on board, which I think is quite a natural progression, but we've sort of been a couple of years in the role and seen a lot of growth, and we both want to see the team keep moving in that same direction, and I guess we've got that chance to do that now, and put our heads together and plan in a time where there hasn't been a whole heap of cricket, so you can sort of sit back and reflect and look forward to what's coming up.
Yeah. I just made it for you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So your card is in?
Yeah.
I'll bring you everything over here.
Sorry.